I dream. Watch this. I dream. I saw this aisle and I asked them, why is there an aisle in the middle of the classroom? And they said it's so that way we can welcome the devil Lucifer. And I asked them, what are you talking about? And then there was a tent in front of the aisle, and they said if you get the mark from him, you can get food, water, shelter, and everything you need. But if you do not get the mark, then you can go inside the tent, but you don't get anything. And when we went in, it was like a bathroom, and there was this little box, but it looked like a stand. And there was a sticky note, and it said, you are going to pass the third seal from God. But when I got out, everything was destroyed. And I couldn't find you guys. The class was torn apart. I didn't see you guys in the pile together. What?
Hey, shalom, shalom. And before I get started, as always, I want to say call halal Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Rakah Kwadash, and double honors be unto our apostles and the elder bishops, a great millstone that rule well and that teach well and that taught me this truth through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. All right. And peace and blessings be unto the elect, men, women, and children, all right, that truly believe on the names Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. All right. And just coming back at you with another lesson. Okay, Lord's will to edify and uplift, all right, the elect of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, man. Okay, and as you can see, the video that I just played here on TikTok, this little what it looked to be an Edomite, little kid. Could be a Jake, I can't really tell. But anyway, the little kid had a dream of the Motb, man. Okay, which is what? The C hip. Okay. And yeah, man, you guys that don't believe the Motb is the C hip is finna be sadly mistaken, man. Okay, because the Lord is revealing, okay, that the Motb is the C hip. All right, it's more than evident, man. All right, from what our apostles, the elders of Great Millstone on down have been teaching. Okay, we've been letting you know that the chip, the C hip, is not an embargo. Letting you know that the Motb is not sleeping with white women. Okay, and in these last days, the Lord said that people would be dreaming dreams. Okay, little kids, man. All right, your daughters, your sons. Okay, because at the end of the day, this is what's coming. All right, this is part of prophecy. All right, this is part of Esau coming down with great wrath. Okay, trying to see up everybody up and be in total control. All right, but according to Job, the 20th chapter, the Lord said what? That Esau was going to be in straits. Okay, so the Lord is going to allow him to think that he is in total control. All right, and then the Lord is going to bring his wrath upon him. All right, which is the Third World War. All right, thermonuclear destruction. Okay, by way of the other nations. These other nations gathering, all right, against America, all right, to destroy her. Okay, but this is the time that we're in, man. All right, this the little kid just had a dream. All right, and like I say, once again, this is biblical prophecy, man. All right, you're not going to be able to buy or sell unless you have that mark, man, that C hip. All right, these are the times that we're coming into. All right, and you see, different countries like the UK, Sweden, what's the other one? Australia. All right, they're already on board, man. People are already being chipped. Over 6,000 people in Sweden, have the MOTB. Okay. So these are one of the main prophecies that we're waiting for to take over the world, man. Okay. But in order for it to fully take over this world, so-called world, Esau's world, all right, this current system as we know it has to collapse. All right, and everything has to go digital. All right. And real quick, we get this in Joel 2:28. All right, because this is what we just saw. All right, with the little dude having the dream. Okay, of what soon will become a reality, man. All right, he had a dream of one of the most important prophecies, man, in the Bible. One of the most. Now, I ain't gonna say the most. It's one of the most important ones, man. Okay, which shows you that we're at the end. All right, of Esau, Edom, the so-called white man's rulership. We're at the end of his age, his eon. Okay, this is Joel 2:28, and it says, "And it shall come to pass afterward that I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy." Okay, and prophesy means to what? Say before. Okay, and that's what the little kid on the video did, man. All right, whether he know it or not, this is future prophecy, man. All right, which was foretold to come, to happen. All right, here in these latter days, man. And it says, your sons and your daughters shall prophesy. Once again, means to say before. Your old men shall dream dreams. Your young men shall see visions. All right. And that's what we're seeing in these latter days, man. All right. People are having dreams about the end of time, man. All right. The end of Esau's time. Okay. Because according to the scriptures, Esau, the so-called white man, he's the end of the world. All right. And Jacob, which represents you Israelites out there, you so-called blacks, Latino, and Native American Indians. All right. We're the beginning of the kingdom of heaven. All right. To follow, man. All right. Beginning with the elect. Okay. So after Esau kingdom is destroyed by way of thermonuclear fire, all right, then New Jerusalem is going to come down, man. Okay. And it's going to be game time. All right. And real quick, I'm going to get Revelation 13:16. All right. Because the little boy also spoke about, you're not being able to eat, pretty much not being able to buy and sell. All right. Unless you got the MOTB. All right. And my job, as a prophet is to what? Go into the scriptures and bring it out to let you know that this is written in the scriptures, man. All right. And Lord willing, this lesson don't be long. I just, want to more so get straight to it. I'm rambling a little bit, but Lord willing is edifying. Okay. This is Revelation 13:16. It says, and he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, right? And the he is talking about Esau, all right, the so-called white man. Okay. He's going to cause both small and great. Okay. Rich and poor. All right. Whether you rich or whether you homeless, poor. All right. Free and bond. All right. Even people bond, the people that's locked up. Okay. They're even going to get it. All right. And it's going to look so good to where the majority of you people are going to want to get it. And on top of that, you're not going to be able to eat. You're not going to be able to buy or sell. Okay. So Esau is going to bring you to your knees. Okay. And it says, free and bond, free and bond to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. All right. And that's what you see happening over there in Sweden. Okay. People are getting chipped up in their right hand or in their foreheads, man. Okay. Which is also known as what? The Neuralink. Okay. That Mr. Musk, all right, started up. All right. And yeah, my point was to get this scripture to edify, all right, to let you know that dream that kid had, all right, is in the scriptures, man. All right. And it says, verse 17, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Right. So you're not going to be able to get groceries. You're not going to be able to go to work. You're not going to be able to pay your bills. Okay. Unless you got the mark. All right. But according, us being prophets of the Lord, we're not going to take it, man. Okay. We know the judgment that Yahweh Shemiah Shah is going to bring forth if you take that chip. Okay. It tells you in the book of Revelation, the 14th chapter. Okay. Which we can get that real quick. All right. The Lord's wrath is going to be poured out without mixture. Okay. Meaning just straight concentrated fire, man. Okay. Nothing to water it down, nothing to stop it. Okay. Unlike, a fire catch here, they got what, they bring a fire truck in. Hey, when no missiles hit, it ain't going to be none of that. All right. The Lord said he's going to leave the whole land desolate. All right. Everything, all the elements is going to melt with fervent heat, man. There ain't going to be nothing to stop it. All right. And this is Revelation 14, and I'm going to start at 7. Actually, Shalaki, I'm going to start at 8. This is Revelation 14 and 8. And there followed another angel saying, Babylon is falling. It's falling. And Babylon, according to the Bible, that ought to be destroyed. All right. Is talking about America. All right. Because ancient Babylon wasn't destroyed, okay, by thermonuclear fire. Okay. So when you hear about Babylon and it's speaking about the destruction of it by way of fire, we know that that's talking about America. America's the modern day Babylon. Okay. And it says Babylon is fallen. It's fallen. That great city, because she made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. Right. Which is her what? Philosophies. The philosophies of America. Okay. And made the other nations drunk. Okay. For following after the customs of America. Okay. Which demoralizes you. Okay. And that's why the Lord said he commanded us to learn not the ways of the heathen. Okay, but simply because it would pollute us, man. It will push us further and further away from the Lord, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. Okay. And here's the point. The point is Revelation 14 and 9. And the title, it reads, it says, doom for worshipers of the beast. Okay. And the beast is who? Esau. Okay. The so-called white man coming back as the NATO and the EU. Coming back as the Roman Empire, the deadly wound that was healed. Okay. And it says, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. That's right. So we, having his truth being in the spirit now, we know not to take that mark, man. We know not to take that Motb because we just read the judgment written. All right. For taking it. Okay. But not leaning unto Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai that he's going to lift up a standard. All right. For us in that time. For not, because, hey, at the end of the day, as it is written, okay, the Lord said, what did he say? He that keepeth my works unto him, will I keep from the hour of temptation? All right. So we believe if the Lord, if we keep the Lord works, all right, do this truth and, teach this truth in sincerity, do the work. All right. Bear our cross, fight our demons. All right. That the Lord is going to keep us from the hour of temptation, man. Okay. And that's why we're supposed to arise and depart from this place. Okay. So the Lord could, and trust in the Lord. Yeah. How about Shemi Shai? So that he could protect us, man. Okay. And keep us away from this hour of temptation, meaning we're going to eat. All right. During that time, even though we can't buy or sell, but the Lord is going to come through. All right. He's going to lift up a standard however he does it. All right. But our job is to trust in the Lord, man. And lean not unto our own understanding. Okay. Because that's carnal minded. And, you'll be destroyed. You'll be you'll be a fool. All right. To trust in your own flesh and try to deliver yourself, man. All right. So we ultimately just got to wait ye upon the Lord, man. Okay. Until the day that he rise up against the prey. Okay. And put us back on top. All right. And, yeah, that pretty much was it, man. And I pray and hope through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Rakakwadash, that this lesson was edifying. And until next time, shalom to the elect. Hey, shalom.